Hey guys, today's recap is of the anime when supernatural battles become commonplace, or ino battle wa nichijou ke no nakade. So far, for those of you who aren't familiar with it, this is a Japanese light novel series written by Kota Nozomi and produced by the animation studio Trigger. The plot of the anime series revolves around a group of high school students who gain supernatural abilities after being struck by a mysterious green light on a seemingly ordinary day. Each of the students develop different powers, including time travel, immortality, and even rewriting the reality itself. Through their newfound abilities, the students navigate their daily lives, forming strong bonds with one another and leading to harness their powers to overcome challenges and obstacles. The main character, Ando Jurai, who has a strong case of Chunibyo, has a unique power called Dark and Dark, a seemingly useless black flame. He is an eccentric and sometimes perplexing character who, nonetheless, is very loving of his friends. The story revolves around 5 members of the Senko High School Literature Club: Jurai, who loves pranking the club's members; Tomoyo Kanzaki, a redhead who likes Jurai and thinks he's funny; Jurai's childhood best friend, Hato Kushikawa; Sayumi, the president of the club, who is also a bookworm; and Chufuyu Himurki, a elementary school student, who all eventually develop superpowers that become part of their daily lives. It starts as another typical day at Senkem High School with Jurai. One day, behaving as his usual Chunibyo self, Jurai shocks the club members when he suddenly develops superpowers. 6 months later, on another normal day at school, something is different at the club. Tomoya warns Jurai to stop his Chunibyo behavior because the literature club has been getting a lot of complaints from other clubs because of him. But it also seems that all the other members of the Jurai's club have also developed their own unique superpowers that they put it to test in their monthly checkups. During their checkup, Hatoko and Chifuyu engage in a mock battle, and Chifuyu's powers, World Create, allows her to create anything she wants from matter and space, even her own personal dimension. On the other hand, Hatako's power, called Over Element, allows her to manipulate the 5 main elements: earth, water, fire, wind, and light. As the mock battle gets heated, Tomoyo uses her power called Close Clock to stop them. This power allows her to manipulate time by slowing and speeding it up or pausing it. Meanwhile, Sayumi's power, Root of Origin, allows her to restore anything or anyone she touches to its original state. The checkup session ends and Jurai is excited to show off his power as well, but nobody wants to see it. The president of the student council, Mireille Kudo, interrupts their session when she comes to check on the club because of the complaints she got from other clubs. Jurai starts his Chunibyo act and Mireille misinterprets it and uncovers that she has also developed superpowers. She reveals that she had been spying on them and challenges the literature club to a superpower fight in which she uses her own superpower to steal Jurai's Dark and Dark ability. This power lets Mirai steal any ability she witnesses being activated, but she is disappointed when she sees that Jurai's power is nothing more than a useless lukewarm flame. The other club members figure out that they should not show off their powers before Mirai, and Sayumi easily defeats Mirai in a physical match. Then the club finds out that Mirai had learned of their superpowers from a mysterious text message, and the members are curious about its senders. Later on, Jurai gathers everyone to choose their nicknames according to their powers, before they are interrupted by Mirai again. But this time she comes to give a reply to an elaborate love letter that Jurai had sent to her, but it is revealed that Mirai has misinterpreted the letter in which Jurai had suggested calling her power Grateful Robber. But she had misread it as Grateful Lover and declared herself as Jurai's girlfriend, leaving the literature club puzzled. Mirai forces Jurai to call her by her first name and starts being overly affectionate with him, which earns him jealous glares from the other girls, who then start ignoring him in their own way, which prompts Jurai to clear up the misunderstanding about the letter with Mirai. She is heartbroken and leaves. Tomoyo attempts to cheer up Jurai, who is feeling guilty for Mirai's misunderstanding, and he explains to Tomoyo that he had chosen that particular name for Mirai's power so it would match the others and make her feel a sense of companionship with them. Jurai receives an email from Mirai detailing her apology for the misunderstanding and accepting the name he gave her power. Later on, the literature club celebrates Recreation Day, playing tennis using their powers, their abilities, and Jurai goes off to find his notebook that calls Bloody Bible, in which he writes all his Chunibyo nicknames. Tomoyo noted that he has misnamed the Bloody Bible as Bloody Viper, possibly because Sayumi had taught him the wrong spelling of Bible. While walking back home with the girls, Jurai realizes that his Bloody Bible is missing. In his absence, the girls muse about how, despite his odd behavior, Jurai has been helping them all this time, like helping Hatoko on their childhood and convincing Sayumi and Chifuyu how to use their powers. On the other side, Jurai finds a man reading his book. This man appears to share his passion for Chunibyo naming and reveals his own notebook called Reverse Crux Record. He introduces himself as Hajime Kirie and an alumnus of the literature club. Tomoyo also arrives and it is revealed that Hajime, her older half-brother who has left home a year ago. The following day, Chifuyu, who is only an honorary member of the club, tells Jurai that she has left elementary school. Later on, Chifuyu reveals that she wanted to quit elementary school by skipping grades and entering high school to be with the other members of the club. Jurai buys himself a new guitar and tries to show off in front of the club members, but knowing his behavior, the girls ignore him. He risks his guitar in a game of superpowers with the girls and loses it, but Sayumi uses her ability to restore it. Later that day, Jurai happens upon Tomoyo acting like a Chunibyo and teases her for doing what she had always mocked him for. He catches a glimpse of her laptop screen and finds out that she is trying to become a light novel author. Tomoyo is surprised to see that Jurai is supportive about it rather than being mean to her or mocking her dream. The next day, she passes the first round of a light novel competition and tells Jurai, who invites her to lunch, to celebrate. They spend time together like a couple and Haruko is stunned to see them together. Later on, Jurai visits Sayumi at her house and meets her younger sister, Maya. He recalls an incident from 10 months ago in which Sayumi, who suggested they use her Root of Origin ability to remove everyone's powers, had battled against Jurai, who was against it. The outcome of that battle revealed that her power could not erase Jurai's power dark and dark, and she later explains that her change in attitude was purely due to her medication. Haruko feels disheartened when Jurai decides to stay at school to talk with Tomoyo about her writing instead of visiting her at home, and she also gets very angry when he refuses to tell her about his conversation with Tomoyo. She snaps at him, telling him that she cannot understand his Chunibyo behavior and runs away. Jurai goes off in search of Hatoko, who doesn't answer his calls, but she does not have her phone. Meanwhile, Hatoko runs a good deal far from the town before she realizes it. She comes across Hajime resting at the river bank. He tells her not to worry about not being able to understand Chunibyo before using his power to knock her unconscious. With Jurai having no luck in finding Hatoko, Sayumi decides to bring her Root of Origin to the next stage to help her find her. Hajime's power is called Pinpoint Abyss. It allows him to open up black holes that suck in his opponent and return them to their previous location before meeting with him, but without any memories of what has transpired. A few weeks ago, Power he'd use it to defeat another ability user, returning him to his regular life with no memory of his ability. The appearance of special abilities is a result of a fairy war that pits superpowered humans against each other for the entertainment of a group of fairies, with the last 8 users standing being granted a wish. One of the fairies, Litia, informs Hajime's band of ability users, Fallen Black, that an organization known as F is fighting against the war and tasks Hajime with crushing it. While Hajime is meeting up with Jurai, his second-in-command, Hitomi Saito, leads the group in attacking F's base, encountering a mysterious girl allegedly possessing an unstoppable ability. Though Hajime soon explains this girl is actually a new member known as System. Back in the present, it is seen that Hajime's group has kidnapped Hatoko by mistake while trying to get Sayumi for her healing ability. Meanwhile, Sayumi uses her Root of Origin to return the literature club back to its original state, teleporting Hatoko back to their side safely, after which Tomoyo clears Hatoko's confusion and Jurai apologizes as well. However, while trying to open a bag of chips for Chifuyu, Jirai's dark and dark power awakens its next evolution. Later on, the girls make Jurai to promise never to use his awakened power ever again. The next day, Chifuyu realizes that she may have a crush on Jurai, while another male classmate, Shizumu Sagami, approaches Sayumi with the prospect of helping her get together with Jurai. On the other hand, Hatoko tells Tomoyo that she is in love with Jurai, and wants to be his chosen one, asking her if she also feels the same. And Tomoyo learns soon that Jurai is going on a family vacation with Hatoko. Meanwhile, Hatoko tries to follow a magazine's advice to get Jurai to fall for her during their vacation, but it doesn't work out. Upon his return, Jurai invites Tomoyo to a summer festival where they talk things out and watch the fireworks together, and she realizes that she is also in love with him. Quite the ladies' man Jurai turns out to be. The next day, Miri, who is captured by Naoi Hagira during the previous night, summons the literature club members together, steals Hatoko's ability over element using Greffel Robber, and uses Hatoko's power against her. Mireille also steals Shifuyu's ability World Create when she uses it to protect Hatoko before Tomoyo helps everyone escape Mireille. The club members regroup in a karaoke box and are convinced that Mireille they fought against was an imposter possessing her body. Jurai goes alone to confront the imposter and tricks her into stealing his enhanced Dark and Dark of the End, which only serves to burn its user's hand with a never-ending and inextinguishable flame. It forces the imposter to return Mireille to her body, after which they use Shifuyu's power of World Create to chop off the burning hands and send them to another dimension lest Sayumi heals them. After this incident, Tomoyo and Hatoko discuss their feelings for Jurai before everyone returns to their everyday lives. Well, that brings us to the end of the recap. I gotta say, one of the standout aspects of the anime is the incredible animation. The fight scenes are breathtaking and the attention to detail in the character designs is truly impressive. Besides how the story itself is a blend of different genres: comedy, drama, slice of life, and superhero adventure. And of course, no anime would be complete without a fantastic soundtrack. When superpowers become commonplace, has a cool opening theme that is catchy and upbeat, while the closing theme has a more melancholy vibe that perfectly captures the mood of the series. I can't recommend this anime enough. It's a true masterpiece that will leave you laughing, crying, and pondering the meaning of life all at the same time. If you haven't checked it out yet, you should totally hop onto it, and let me know what you think of it in the comments below. Anyways, thanks for watching, and be sure to come back for more recaps of the best anime right here.